So, real quick, informative for all my Scx30 people. There is a guy that has a free file for beadlocks on makerworld, is I believe where I got these at. I'll leave a link for them. But they turned out really good. Honestly, they turned out really good. So I actually printed these back down like this. And I printed another set that was face down, so you can kind of see that little shimmery look there on the back, so that way that the ring would have that kind of glitter to it. So these are the white ones that turned out. It's kind of hard to see. The shimmer on these is good on the black, but they turned out really good too. So but I was going to show you how to get a little bit of weight to these. So these weigh right at about 5.6 grams right now a piece each. So what I did is, this is actually Pinewood Derby flex weight is what they call this, because it's flexible. You can bend it and move it around and stuff. So if you see how I've took a little sliver out of that, the reason that I did this is because you see the thickness of that? That is very thick, and it takes up a lot of room inside that tire. So there wouldn't be any give left to the tire. So what I did to kind of make up for that is I actually took and slit that down so that there's a piece of that actually cut off of there. Well, it peels right off, but it's about that thick instead of that thick. So that's what I did, is I just wrapped this little bit around the inside of the lock ring, just like that. And that gives that ring quite a bit of weight, but as you can tell, it's still, pretty slim, so that way it fits inside of that tire and it doesn't mess with the foam too much. The tires I went with are the King Trekkers by Endura. They literally have just been out. So if you can get your hands on a set, get them, because they'll be out soon. But if if you're wondering where you get this stuff, you can get it on Amazon. I'll leave you a link for it. It's not very expensive. I think I paid like $5 for these two pretty big strips. And like I said, for something this small, I kind of wish I didn't have to waste that much. I would kind of like to have gotten it more down the center, but it is what it is. You can only fuck stuff up so much. That's what this channel's all about, fucking stuff up. So go get you a screwdriver, and this part, this is important. So do not, I repeat, do not try to put these little tiny ass screws for the Scx30 in these wheels. They will not work. They're too small and they won't hold. So the back side of them, as you see, it looks a little crummy because, like I said, I had them printed this way, but they're strong. Don't worry about that. They're strong. That's just how it looks with supports behind it. So this is what I suggest, is you can get you a Scx24 screw kit from this guy right here. So what I did is, it's kind of hard to do this one-handed, but let's see. I magnetized the tip of this previous. So that is the screw that you're going to want to use to put these to. Oh my God, I dropped it. Don't sneeze, don't fart. So that is the screw that you guys are going to want to use. The reason that I say this is, if you look on the inside, you see the depth of that little ear. I know it's hard to see. Excuse my nasty ass fingernails. You just got to deal with that. I work for a living. So the reason that you're going to do this is because the depth of that little ear right there is not that long. As you can see, it's, You know, you're going to have a little bit poking out. The reason that you don't want a super long screw is because, if I stop throwing stuff, is because when you run that screw into the back of this face to lock that bead together, if it's too long, it's going to poke out of the face. Now, this is years of experience speaking. Just don't stick long ass screws in there because they're going to come out of the face. It happens to the best of us. But if y'all want some cheap beadlocks with a little bit of weight to them, I've got minus the tires now. And if you just had some screws laying around, you could get away with that. But 3D printing those, I got like $2 in. Probably not even that. Maybe $1.25, and then $5 in these strips. So weighted beadlocks, you know, for under $10, that's not a bad deal. And then slap some really good tires on, you know, cheap weighted wheels, and you got a decent combination to do something. So I hope this inspired somebody to go out and fuck something up. Don't be too afraid. You're not going to fuck it up that bad. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to create something badass, or you're going to create a pile of garbage and just throw it in the trash. So pick one. All right. Well, this is your daily dose of go fuck something up, or somebody else will for you. Have a good one.